You know, there's an unsung hero in your home, an appliance that works harder than anything else you own, pretty much 24/7, to keep you comfortable. But behind the scenes, inside your walls, there's a secret battle going on. So today, let's pull back the curtain on the secret life of your home's HVAC system.
So, let me ask you this. Is your system losing a battle you don't even see? Because the thing is, when it finally gives up, it's almost always at the absolute worst possible moment.
Okay, let's start with the real heart of the problem. It's this unseen battle your system has to fight against the elements, all day, every day, all year long.
I mean, really think about it. Your furnace runs for months straight. Then with barely a pause, your air conditioner takes over for its shift. This constant on-off hot-cold cycle wears down all those internal parts way faster than almost any other appliance. It literally never gets a day off. Now, to really understand this level of stress, let's look at a pretty extreme example, the Minnesota climate. The challenges here are like a gauntlet, and they show what basically all systems face, just on a much faster, more intense timeline.
So in the winter, we're talking about systems that have to fight off temperatures dropping to 20 degrees below zero. For months at a time, your furnace is the only thing standing between you and that seriously dangerous cold.
And then, just a few months later, the script completely flips. That very same system now has to battle 100-degree heat and that sticky, brutal humidity. That massive temperature swing from way below freezing to scorching hot puts an unbelievable amount of strain on every single component.
But you know, it's not just about the wild temperature swings. Here in Minnesota, our shifting clay soil can literally pull ductwork apart at the seams. That high humidity forces the system to work overtime, which can lead to moisture and even mold issues. And if you're in an older home, say 30 to 50 years old, you're probably dealing with outdated, inefficient, leaky ductwork that's just bleeding money.
So with all that nonstop stress, failure isn't really a question of if, but when. So let's get into the common warning signs you should be looking out for, from the dead of winter to the peak of summer.
Well, the kinds of breakdowns you see often depend on the season. In the winter, that constant on and off cycling can cause a cracked igniter. That's the little part that actually sparks the flame. In the summer, maybe you get a refrigerant leak or a failed capacitor. A capacitor is just a small part that gives the compressor the kick it needs to get started. And without it, your AC is just dead in the water.
But hey, some problems are universal, no matter the season. Uneven temperatures between rooms, sky-high energy bills, or weird smells, those are all red flags. And listen for this, if you hear your system kicking on and off constantly, like every few minutes, that's called short cycling, and it is a major sign of trouble.
All right, so your system is flashing these warning signs. A technician comes out, looks it over, and gives you a repair quote. Now you've got that big, tough question. Do you repair it or replace it? Well, here's a super helpful tool to make that decision a little easier. The $5,000 repair rule.
It's really just a simple financial guideline. It's designed to help you avoid throwing good money after bad on a system that's on its last legs. The rule isn't just about this one repair. It's also factoring in the likelihood of future repairs and the efficiency you're losing every single month.
And here's how simple it is to use. Let's imagine you have a 16-year-old furnace, and a technician quotes you $400 for a repair. You just multiply the age, 16, by the cost, $400. You get $6,400. Since that number is over the $5,000 threshold, the rule suggests that replacing it is probably the smarter financial move in the long run.
So, whether you decide to go with a repair or a full replacement, you're going to need a good professional to do the job. But in such a crowded market, what should you actually be looking for?
Here's a quick checklist for you. First off, upfront pricing is an absolute must. No surprise bills later. If it's an emergency, same-day service is crucial. You also want to look for companies with fully stocked trucks, because that means they can probably fix the problem on the very first visit. And finally, things like guaranteed repairs and deep local expertise show you that it's a company that really stands behind its work.
Of course, the absolute best way to deal with a breakdown is to prevent it from ever happening in the first place. And that all comes down to being proactive with regular, professional maintenance.
A good maintenance plan isn't just a quick look-see. It should include a thorough furnace inspection every fall and an AC checkup in the spring. A real pro is going to clean the coils, test all the safety controls, check refrigerant levels, tighten up the electrical connections, and even measure the airflow to make sure you're getting peak performance.
So why does this matter so much? Well, the benefits are huge. Regular tune-ups will extend your equipment's life, they'll improve its efficiency, which saves you money on your energy bills, and here's the big one, it is often required to keep your manufacturer's warranty valid. You don't want to skip it.
So, we'll end on this thought. Your HVAC system works around the clock every single day to protect you and your home. The only question left is, are you protecting it?